What's up, YouTube? Y'all boys know we is in this bit hurricane. You feel me? If y'all boys are 912, then y'all boys know it is a storm. But we is not stopping. Nothing is stopping the game. You feel me? I don't give a fuck if it was a damn Firenado, Sharknado, motherfucker, big ass hurricane. Hurricane Katrina come through this bit. I'm talking about Chernobyl. We getting that content either way. You feel me? Y'all boys let me know, should I go to the beach tomorrow? Nah, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Hey, y'all boy, we about to hop into some other shit, though. Y'all boy know we gotta do another rappers crashing out on live, bitch. We gotta see, cause these niggas be tweaking, man. Nigga be trim on that shit, man. We ain't even finna say too much, man. Y'all boy, make sure y'all bring chips, drinks, cookies, aunties, uncles, blunt, cigarettes, e-vapes, anything you wanna bring, and let's hop straight into it.
Starting with famous rapper
My volume
Duke
started
Deuce
off
from
so
Memphis
low,
to the sea.
bro.
Because back in September of 2021, Duke was posted in the hood and went live on Facebook, chopping it up with his fans like he always does until things went left. Because at one point, Duke was on live telling the people who live in Pepper Tree Apartments that they should come outside and mess with him since he's not bougie. But before he could finish his sentence, shots started going off in the background.
Come outside with me, Pepper Tree. We ain't on none of that bougie, none of that Hollywood.
And as the shots got louder, Duke turned to run away with the camera still in his hand. But at some point, the shots stopped and the live stream ended. And at first, no one knew if Duke had got hit up. But a few hours after the incident, he posted a video on social media letting everyone know that he was all good and didn't get hit. And in the same video, he told them to step their game
I wanna
up.
switch chains.
Better step it up. Come on, nigga. Bro.
How you doing
Here.
And some believe it happened because he was in the ops territory. Because after the situation, some of Duke Deuce's ops were on social media laughing and taunting him because of the situation. So next time he might want to be more careful when he go live. But Duke Deuce isn't the only rapper from Memphis who's been shot at on live. Because Memphis rapper PSO Emmett's situation was even crazier. PSO Emmett was a 16-year-old rapper making waves in the city with songs like Sliding and Don't Feel 'Em. He gained a local buzz and racked up hundreds of thousands of views on his YouTube videos. But before Emmett could make it big as a rapper, he was gunned down while attending his friend's funeral. Because on Saturday, October 23rd, Emmett was at a funeral for his friend, Jamarco Smith, another teen from Memphis who had died. And on the way to the funeral, PSO Emmett's cousin, PSO Dede, started a live stream showing them walking in a group down the road to the church where the funeral was being held. And toward the end of the live, Dede taunted the ops, telling them how they ain't on nothing and never did anything to them.
They been on. I ain't never sent a slingshot our way. On God. On God.
And not long after the live, a group of men pulled up in a black Jeep and started letting off shots, hitting Emmett and his cousin Dede before fleeing the scene. His cousin Dede was rushed to the hospital, but Emmett died on the scene. And even though PSO Emmett was known for showing guns in his videos and rapping about the streets, his mother told the media that he was just a normal kid who worked at Wendy's, went to school, and worked on his music.
Your son was a super villain.
Emmett was a good kid, and the image he portrayed in his music videos was not the life he lived.
The baby 16, full of life. He enjoyed himself. The best kid you ever want to be around, full of everything you want to see.
But in the end, he still suffered the consequences of living that lifestyle due to his cousin going live and dropping their location. But not long after the situation, a 22-year-old man named David Lee was arrested in connection with the shooting, and he's being charged with first-degree murder. And police also arrested Rico Lee, another person who had something to do with the shooting. But now let's move on to Spider D, a rapper from the Wild Hundreds on the south side of Chicago, who's a black disciple. Spider started making music in 2017, and he has slowly built a buzz in his city over time. But what really made him go viral was the situation he had while on Instagram Live. Because back in May 2020, Spider was outside and talking about some new music he planned to release. But out of nowhere, he changed the subject and started talking about his ops. And seconds later, you could hear a car pull up.
That's better, man. That's better.
You know what they say about the with the hoodie on in the summertime on BD. He ain't out here trying
to on BD.
BD in. Right up.
And according to
that nigga,
D had
he dangerous like that.
G-Ski from a GD set.
That boy just straight. He's straight.
Arguing with Spider D on Instagram Live.
Street dead that.
You break it down to beef and what beef. Folks them don't know you. Folks them don't know you. Folks them don't know you. You wasn't front line.
You was not front line, folks.
And thankfully, Spider wasn't hit in this shooting. But later this year, he finally spoke on the situation during that live in an interview on YouTube. And said
I know my
that
shirt
was
be
weak,
tight.
and he used to stuff like that.
He don't look like me.
Did you go back out there after that video? Because that would have scared my life, Spider.
Hell yeah, I went back out there. Yeah, for sure. That was, man, that was some, you know, out of what I done been through in my life, that was funny.
That was one of the weakest corners.
And although Spider didn't get hit, this next rapper did. Because on February 12th this year, Kodak Black was in LA with Gunna attending Justin Bieber's Super Bowl party. But when leaving the party, a fight broke out. And Kodak instantly jumped into the fight, attacking someone on the ground. But seconds later, a masked man in the background pulled out a gun and shot in Kodak's direction. And it's still unknown who the target was in this situation, because Kodak only got hit in his leg and none of his wounds were too serious. And a few days after this incident took place, Kodak gave more details on it in an interview with The Breakfast Club. And thankfully, that didn't cause Kodak too much trouble.
How you feeling? How you feeling? How's your leg, first of all?
I'm alright. It's fine, nothing.
Now, the incident that happened, was it something that was long lasting, or was it just one of those things with one of your people, they say got into an argument, you was helping one of your peoples out?
I don't know, like on spot, latching, that's it. It wasn't nothing like, oh, nobody was like after us, we was after them.
But I can't say the same for this next rapper, since he got caught lacking by ops while chilling on live with his friend. Indian Red Boy is a rapper and gang member from California associated with the Inglewood Bloods, who's known for beefing with the Rolling 60 Crips, because a member from the Inglewood Bloods even defaced Nipsey Hussle's mural and tagged his name over his name to let them know who did it. Nipsey's people didn't take this too well, so they made a video telling the Bloods if they don't punish this guy named Capone who did that, they're gonna take things into their own hands.
And you gonna come over here and put this baby Capone? Alright, I bet you gonna change your name today. I bet you that.
Stop chewing my chair, bro. Y'all see what I be talking about, bro? Nigga about to start a GoFundMe, bro. I need a new chair.
And not long after that video, Indian Red Boy got into the situation and defended Capone and went on to diss the Rolling 60s. But not long after all of this, Indian Red Boy was chilling in his car laughing with Capone on the Instagram Live. But out of nowhere, you can hear shots going off in the background. Red Boy is then seen gasping for air. So Capone asked him for the location he was at, but Red Boy could barely make out the words Hawthorne before passing away.
Jeff and Susie, we're on Chandran Avenue in the city of Hawthorne, and you can see Hawthorne PD. They are wrapping up their investigation. They're still taking some photographs. The male in his 20s that was shot and killed inside this car. There are a lot of bullet holes inside that windshield. We zoomed in earlier.
And since the defacing of Nipsey's mural brought a lot of attention to the two of them, so many people assumed that this incident was their way of getting payback. But some say that's not true, since you have other people saying that he was shot over since he had switched on his gang, because Red Boy wasn't always a member of the Inglewood Bloods. He used to rap Hollywood Pyru from Compton, but he left his gang on bad terms, and his own people took him out. And his brother said 3 men and a girl had set him up, and he promised that he would get revenge for Indian Red Boy. And subscribe quickly before we move on, since I'm giving $100 to one person who subscribes in the next 7 days. But now, let's talk about what happened to Bugatti Casino.
If you want $20 on Apple Pay, y'all boy,
from Fort Worth, Texas, who had
like, comment, subscribe, then drop in the comments. I did it. You do it 5 times in a row, I have to pay $20.
And said he would only be out of the streets for like a week before getting locked up again. And at age 17, he did around 6 years in prison. And once he got out of jail, he started taking music seriously, since he wanted to get out of the streets and do something more productive with his life. And although he was trying to change his life, he faced problems. Because one night, Bugatti was live on Instagram chilling in his car and talking to fans, until someone off camera approached Bugatti's car, telling him he needed to move his car since he was in front of his house.
What you on, fam? Man, what the on, bro? You hear me? I'm just trying to make sure everything all good. No, safe, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting on somebody. You know what I'm saying? You stay talking to me about some other.
And eventually, they started arguing, and things got so bad that the guy tried robbing him.
Where y'all going at? Where y'all going at?
And no one could tell what was going on, but you can hear them tussling in the background.
I can be
That nigga just up and then made the decision to rob a nigga. That's how low life getting these days. They better not give me another
in the background before shots started going off, before someone ended the live. And although most rappers have been caught lacking while on live, this next one wasn't. Because one day, a popular Detroit artist known as Snap Dogg was standing on the block screaming into the camera. And in the distance, you can hear someone yelling at Snap Dogg before he dropped the phone.
We ain't gonna play with nobody out here for real. You already know. I'll snap. What's happening?
And started firing in the direction of the guy he was arguing with. And Snap has more viral clips with shooting that helped attract attention to his music. But he later admitted in the interview that it got too out of hand. And he started attracting a lot of attention from the police.
That's real. That's my real life. You know what I'm saying? And it took for me to get smart. Like, yo, man, we got, yeah, bro, this getting out of hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, police really watching it. You know what I'm saying? I was just showing my life.
But that's nowhere near as crazy as this rapper who got into it with his ops while shopping for a Kobe Bryant jersey. Honeycomb Brazy grew up in a rough part of Alabama, surrounded by nothing but violence. And Brazy never had anyone to guide him because his parents were in prison throughout his childhood. So Brazy hopped head first in the streets and is well known for his street altercations. Because even though he's 27, he has spent over 10 years behind bars and almost lost his life multiple times. He was even involved in some street beef that got so serious, his grandparents were killed in the house fire over it.
Lewis and were the head of their families, and we've also learned that they are the grandparents of local rapper Honeycomb Brazy.
But the situation on Live with Brazy happened because of something back in 2016. Because one of Brazy's childhood friends, named Stank, had walked in and saw Honeycomb Brazy with his girlfriend, which made him mad. But Brazy claimed the only reason he was there was to sell her some gas. But Stank didn't believe that, so the two got into a heated argument and Stank ended up dying. And they tried charging Brazy with his body, but he went on to beat the case. But his entire city still hated him since his city had a ton of love for Stank. So after getting out of jail, Brazy was getting shot at left and right whenever someone caught him lacking. However, his most controversial moment was in November 2020 because he was live about to buy a Kobe jersey outside of a barbershop. Until about 7 minutes into the live, gunshots started going off. And no one was injured in the incident, but a few days after this happened, Brazy had them release the footage with another angle of the situation. And the footage shows a gray BMW past him. And a few seconds later, Brazy's friends ducked behind the car and started shooting in the direction that the truck went in. So it shows that Brazy and his people were on point and weren't going for the disrespect. But speaking of disrespect, King Von disrespected a ton of rappers. These are the times King Von humiliated rappers and ops. Starting with the times he disrespected STL member Wooski because in Back Again, he said, I bet Wooski feel this one. I bet Wooski still twitching. He changed something different. And he was throwing shade at Wooski over a dark incident that had happened to him because Wooski and
I keep hearing this nigga Von was super good. I still vote in music. It's hard.
Funeral, a fellow rapper, Dusky the Man. A group of unknown men came in and started opening fire. Wooski was shot along with 5 other people. Wooski was struck in the head, but survived somehow. And many people say he hasn't been the same since then. And that incident made him a bit slower than before. Von also dissed Wooski in exposing me, saying, Goofy got shot right up in his top. His brother told on me. In this song, he's referring to Wooski's brother, Big Mike, who was caught cooperating with law enforcement against Von because Von and Big Mike used to be cool. And back in 2014, they were at a house party together where they ran into a rival gang member known as Malcolm Stuckey. And Malcolm and his friend were mean mugging Von in a disrespectful way. So Von and Big Mike left the party to go and get a gun. And once they returned to the party, they started shooting at Malcolm and the other man standing outside, killing Stuckey and wounding the other man. And after the situation, Big Mike agreed to testify against Von. So he gave a statement to the police explaining the situation. But in court, Big Mike changed his mind and decided not to testify. And other witnesses didn't appear,
just gonna
which made
fall
them
against
drop
you.
Von's charges and sentenced Big Mike to 28 years.
Look,
but Mike
stupid,
isn't
that's
the
just
only
gonna go against
person
you.
Von humiliated in that song. He also said, I swear I killed her, broke her back. And with this bar, King Von refers to K.I., a feared Chirac assassin and member of STL. And K.I. wasn't always known for being a killer because she was once an honor student hoping to become a social worker, but was exposed to the streets of Chicago due to the people she was around. And at just the age of 14, K.I. had already caught her first body, and she was highly respected among her gang members and almost feared by all the ops. Except for King Von, and on April 11th, 2014, K.I. was going to one of her her friends' houses for a birthday party around 3:30 p.m. when Von and Big A, another O Block member, caught her lacking and started firing. She died on the scene at just 17 years old. And back in 2021, the Chicago Police Department named Von as the offender who shot at K.I. And Von has referred to her many times in his songs because in War With Us, he says, put a pretty op in a morgue. Call that drop dead gorgeous. And Von used to troll K.I. and call her pretty since he wanted to get close to her so he could set her up. And she most likely knew this since she was never down to meet with King Von. And one of K.I.'s friends interviewed for a documentary about her said that K.I. felt that Von was doing that to try and set her up.
He really liked her. And he was like, well, she too pretty for that.
My camera about to fall.
Stop game banging, you know.
He liked her as a girlfriend?
There we go, y'all boys. We back on 10.
She just felt like he was trying to set her up and kill her. That's what she told me. She's like, I think he's just trying to kill me. He don't like me. What's the life?
And K.I. started her assassin
Sound
career
like she
after
was
wanting
kind
to
of
get
feeling him.
revenge
She
for the
just
death of her close friend Tuka. This led her to shoot O.D. Perry, a member of O Block. And him getting shot is the reason they started calling it O Block. So it makes sense why she thought Von wanted to set her up. And in the same interview, Von spoke about his situation with K.I.
Good. You got me hungry.
I was like, damn.
The exact text was something along the lines of, when it's all over with, I'm going to get up in you or something. Does that sound about right?
That sound raw, so yeah, I'll be saying raw.
You told me that sound raw, so I be saying raw shit.
I talked on the phone too.
Then speaking of Tuka, Von has humiliated him with lyrics in multiple songs. Because in a song with Slim Santana, he says, caught that boy right by the bus. This his last stop. Because on January 12, 2012, Tuka and two others were waiting for a bus on 63rd when a man approached him asking if another bus was coming. And soon as Tuka responded, the man pulled a handgun out, firing at Tuka. Tuka stumbled near a trash can where the gunman shot him 3 more times. And at only 15 years old, Tuka was pronounced dead, which is why King Von said it was his last bus stop. But Von could also be referring to Lil Mark, who was Tuka's brother, because 2 years after what happened to Tuka, something similar happened to Lil Mark. Because on March 28th, 2014, Lil Mark was shot at a bus stop on the south side of Chicago. And one witness said that a man pulled
Niggas
up
in Chicago be going out
and after
worse
shooting
weed.
Lil Mark, he fled away in a minivan. Police later found the van burning in flames. But Von also threw shots at Tuka in another song saying, Tuka in my lung, I say that every time, cause he got smoked. And this is one of the lines that made people wonder why Von hated Tuka so much. And after dissing him so much, Tuka became a meme on the internet and got to the point where Tuka's mother spoke on the situation, saying she wanted people to stop disrespecting her son.
My son been dead 10 years, and it's like, I still can't get no type of lenient from nowhere, because every time you turn around, if it's like the upcoming ones, it's the industry people that's already in the industry, and they don't even know my son.
Impressing with Sada, Baby Von said, they caught that brick and hit him in his... Brick is an FBG member who was gunned down back in 2017, along with Kobe Mack on 63rd in St. Lawrence. The police found one of them with a wound to the head lying in front of a house, and the second victim with wounds to the back and arm behind the house. They were both pronounced dead. FBG Brick was a brother to FBG Duck, another rapper King Von has humiliated multiple times, because in a song named GTA, Von said he made a diss and now he a ghost, and it happened fast. And FBG Duck was a well-known Chicago drill rapper and one of Von's most known ops, because he and Von used to always send shots at each other. But not long after Duck dropped his song Dead, dissing all of O Block's fallen ones, it made them want to get rid of him ASAP, since it was one of the most disrespectful songs ever. And a month later, while FBG Duck was shopping, 2 vehicles pulled up near him and started opening fire. Duck had taken multiple shots and was later pronounced dead at the hospital. But Von hasn't only had beef with Chicago rappers, because he had problems with 6ix9ine. And subscribe real quick before we get deep into that. But back in 2020, 6ix9ine went to O Block and visited the spot where Lil Durk's cousin Newski allegedly passed away. And once Von saw what 6ix9ine did, he went onto Instagram saying how what 6ix9ine did wasn't cool and how he don't mess with rats.
6ix9ine, that ain't cool. I don't know, they got this man running around and it's funny. Yeah, that's funny as hell. That ain't funny, guys.
He also disses 6ix9ine in the song saying, really? 6ix9ine. really snitches. Because 6ix9ine broke a rule rappers and gang members live by and snitched on everyone when he got arrested back in 2019. And Vine also disrespected Nicki Minaj for working with 6ix9ine, since he went on Twitter saying how a lot of people would do anything to get some money and go against every moral and code and trade on every friend just for a taste of the fast life. And once Nicki saw what Vine said, she defended 6ix9ine, saying how she isn't on the block with 6ix9ine and that she's in the music business, so she's going to work with whoever. And followed up by saying how rappers are always in rooms with people with sketchy pasts, and she's not judging anybody. Vine had also disrespected YoungBoy because back in 2020, Vine and YoungBoy began beefing after a clip surfaced on the internet when Vine was listening to YoungBoy on Instagram saying how YoungBoy caps in his raps.
YoungBoy talking about on this song, boy.
What?
You talking crazy, man.
Oh, yeah?
He ain't even like that.
Oh.
Then, in another live, this YoungBoy in a playful manner.
Why be a straight by catching his dad?
And YoungBoy never publicly responded to Vine, but many believe he was aware of the diss. And things between the two rappers were quiet for nearly 2 years, since both rappers were being monitored by police due to their lengthy criminal records. But in November of 2020, outside of a lounge in Atlanta, an altercation broke out between NBA affiliate Quando Rondo and King Von, leading to shots being fired and King Von's life being taken. And a few years after the situation, NBA YoungBoy started dissing King Von and others affiliated with them.
So NBA YoungBoy wanna start dissing niggas and niggas ain't even here no more?
Humiliated rappers.
I find that lame to me. I'm just saying, like, you ain't want to say nothing when you knew that nigga Von was on this earth. As soon as Von not on this earth no more, rest in peace him, you want to start. I'm just saying, don't come after me though, I'm just a messenger. But hey, I hope y'all boys enjoyed that video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. You know it's more to come in the future, in the past, and the present. We dropping every day, more than one video a day if we can. You feel me? Y'all boy, y'all have a good night, bro, and pray for your boy, because he is in a storm right now, and that wind is winding. That's just going to blow Chanel away. Chanel. Jump up. Jump up. Jump up. Y'all boys pray for me and Chanel, and my nigga Zilla in the bike, too. She back there in that corner for real. But y'all boys pray for us and make sure that we get it through this storm. Hey, y'all boys have a nice one. Peace.